My name's Carmela Bainey and you're watching My Cambodia TV.
The Hindu Community Council, or otherwise known as HCCB, is an organisation that was set up after the Parliament of World Religion 2 years ago, and we've been working for the Hindu community and interfaith, different interfaith events representing the Hindu community. Once a year, the Hindu Community Council has a Sanatan Dham banquet. Now this is our way of presenting Hindu culture, or the culture of spiritual India, to the broader community, to our friends in different religious groups, and through the interfaith programs to educationalists, people in general, the whole population. And we present Vedic culture, the ancient culture of India, through music, through dance, through food, and through association. Sanatan Dham, it's a Sanskrit word, or words, which means the eternal religion. It's a practice that is throughout India. Generally people call the Indian community Hindus, but Hindus prefer to be called followers of Sanatan Dham, or the eternal duty or religion.
Actually, Hinduism classifies people as people who have to be dynamic in their activity, rajasic, people who are physically involved, people who are involved in sattvic activities, as Hindus call it, means people who are involved in thinking and intellectual processes, and people who are involved in gentle activities like serving others, etc.
One of the reasons we have this Sanatan Dham program is to give the general populace an understanding of what it means to be a Hindu person. Now there are 150,000, people don't know this, there are 150,000 Western Hindu people that follow some sort of aspect of Hinduism, of Vedic culture, of Sanatan Dharma in their daily lives here in Australia. people that study yoga, people that study meditation, people that are interested in Ayurveda, in pranayama, different sorts of things. Self-realization is a big thing. So there's 150 Western people that are interested in this Vedic culture and growing, and there's 250,000 registered Hindus here in Australia, and there's probably more coming from places like India, obviously, Mauritius, Fiji, Bengal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, so many different places. So what we're trying to do by this Sanatana Dharma is showing what Hinduism actually does. What Sanatana Dharma, what a Hindu person believes, what a Hindu person is like to meet, to discuss with, and just give general information, because basically people are oblivious to other religions in the world, and this whole interfaith movement, which is so strong at the moment within the world, is showing the diversity in different religious beliefs, and at the same time people are getting an opportunity to respect and understand other religious traditions, which is really a wonderful thing. My most favourite part of a night like this is to see our friends from different faiths and different traditions enjoying themselves. Getting together, deepening our friendships, enjoying a great meal and good conversation with one another, and leaving here a little bit more enlightened and uplifted by the knowledge that they've received for the night and the entertainment they've had tonight. We'll be having people here from all different religious traditions. People from the Christian faith, there'll be priests here tonight. There'll also be people here from the Muslim and Buddhist faith. We have people from the Baha'i faith. We have people from a variety of different religious traditions, both educationalists and people that are interested in interfaith generally, academics, and they're all willing to partake and communicate with one another and learn more about one another and respect one another. Within the Hindu Community Council and also within the broader interfaith community, we come in contact with so many different religious traditions, one of them being the Cambodian Buddhists. So Cambodia actually is also very much linked to the Vedic culture, because many, many thousands of years ago, believe it or not, Cambodia was a Hindu state. In fact, one of the largest temples in Cambodia was a Hindu temple, and now is a Buddhist temple as well as a Hindu temple. So our brothers and sisters in Cambodia are very dear to us, and we wish them all the best and encourage them in their spiritual life as well. Some of the challenges of holding this event is getting the people to come. Now generally, and we see this time and time again with various interfaith events, we find that people think that it's just a talk fest. Now what we're trying to do with the Hindu Community Council with these Sanatana Dharma programs is to have an event that is both lively, fun and entertaining. And I think that way we can get younger people involved as well. There are a number of different younger groups coming to the interfaith group. I work with a group called Interaction, and they're represented here also at the Sanatana Dharma banquet. These are young people in our community that are interested, coming from all different walks of life and all different religions, interested in helping the community understand various spiritual beliefs and doing good work for the community.
There is a need for a better integration of all the religions, so that not that the religions are going to prosper, the community is going to prosper. Now community sees religions as somehow at at some distinction from one another. Even though there is a general talk of tolerance, there is no integration at a community level or at the world level. So I feel the interfaith movement is perhaps in the initial stages, but it's a long way to go. And again, there is a need from the community for the interfaith movement to become strong, because interfaith movement can benefit the community flourishing in in terms of reduction of conflicts, in terms of increase of harmony.
Perhaps the most impressive thing is that while Victoria is made up of people from so many different cultures and religions, we also enjoy a high level of community harmony.
We're understanding that most of the wars in the world, most of the strife in the world is caused by some religious tension between groups. When you disperse, or when you get rid of that fear of another person's belief, when you start to know a little bit about another person's belief and see actually it's not that different from what I believe, that we're trying to live this life as best we can, loving and serving our fellow mankind, then we see there's nothing to fear.
What tends to happen is, as people go to one particular group, congregation, they tend to be isolated in their practice. So different groups get into their own niches. This is one way of pulling people out of different activities and getting them all together to exchange conversations and experience.
The Hindu Community Council of Victoria helps young students. It's one of our vital areas of concentration. There are many, many young men and women that come from India, and in particular the Hindu diaspora. They come here to study. There's an incredible amount of pressure on them to do well here. They have to fend for themselves. They have to get their own employment. And so the Hindu Community Council organises projects and programs for these young men and women to make them feel a little bit more at home, to have a little bit of a feel of their culture here in Australia. The first and foremost thing with these young guys is that they get a really delicious meal, a nourishing meal, and then from there they can do their study, do their work, and along the way they will also get assistance as far as counselling is concerned. So it's this not knowing which is the cause of fear and the cause of anticipation and not being sure about another group. So this interfaith movement is just becoming a groundswell which is increasing and increasing, exposing people to other religious beliefs.
There is an increasing interest right around the state in forming small groups within the municipalities, etc., to bring together various religious groups, because that multi-faith approach essentially brings out the essence of multicultural life within the community.
There are now 39, I think around about 39 different interfaith groups in different municipalities, and at each one of them we're hoping to have a representative of the Hindu faith at these different interfaith groups.
This serves the purpose of getting the community together and getting other people from other faiths also together in a way of celebrating friendship as well as listening to some hopefully very elevating, very entertaining cultural offerings.
We hope that this Sanatan Dham banquet continues on every year, that it becomes an annual event. And as we now know that the government is trying to bring more Indian people to Australia for their expertise and for their development of this country. And so our need as the Hindu Community Council of Victoria will increase and increase and increase. And we're hoping also that in due course of time we'll be forming a national Hindu council, linking up with Sydney, Brisbane and all the other states of Australia to be a representative body of the Hindu community here in Australia. And we see a bright future for the followers of the Vedic culture, for the followers of Sanatan Dharma here in Australia. It's a wonderful free country, and we're able to do our practice and our belief in freedom and in love for one another.